This is the forward tumble, and it is an optional piece within the program. Now, you're not required to hit this, but when you are hitting it, or if you do decide to do this piece, we just want to make sure that you are taking all the necessary safety precautions and that you are confident in your ability to have a crack. If not, it is not a necessary part, but I would recommend going towards learning the forward tumble if you do choose to learn how to handstand, and especially if you want to get better at things like handstand walk-in, handstand skills, further down the track when you finally kick up for your first handstand. It is a really good way to make sure that you feel safe to get out of a bad or sticky situation. Now, the forward tumble itself has nothing to do with the handstand or just holding there, right? But this is something we learnt in a lot of our martial arts training, which was if you were ever suddenly thrown onto your head or thrown onto a hard surface, having the muscle memory and the ability to quickly roll out and absorb that impact is a really useful skill for keeping yourself uninjured. So when you're doing the handstand, if for whatever reason that you happen to fall onto your face, we hope that we kick up, oh no, I'm falling, and I can roll out of that handstand. Now that only comes if you have done so many repetitions of the forward tumble. So it is a very necessary part in being a good handstander. And I wouldn't even say that just being a good handstand, it's more so being able to complete the movements and know that you're gonna be safe. So now with the why out of the way, let's look at how we can get you your first forward tumble. So the forward tumble itself, what you're gonna do is get yourself into a little bit of a squat stance and place your hands on the ground. Now, to start to build the confidence, you just want to feel like you can fall comfortably towards your face without falling over. So what I'm going to do there is just come onto the hands and face towards the floor and back. Now, when you do go towards actually going for the tumble, you're not going to go face first. You're not going to slam your nose in. So you're going to tuck your chin. We're going to go towards the floor, tuck the chin, touch your head to the floor. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. Tuck the chin, touch the head. Tuck the chin, tuck the head. Touch the head, sorry. What we'll do in the next stage is we're going to try and sit up a little bit higher and do the same thing. Come down, tuck the chin, touch the head. Touch chin, touch the head. Now, this is a very necessary part. Dropping the chin and tucking is going to be what actually gets you to roll over. Now, your body is always naturally going to follow your head. So if I'm walking and I want to turn left, if you've ever paid attention to it, you'll notice that you first of all look in that direction and then the body follows. Now, if I decide to go for that tumble and I don't tuck my chin and I look up, well, that is going to be a sure way to slam your face into the floor. So make sure you really get that part down packed and part of your muscle memory. Now, when you're ready to attempt the roll, your best bet is actually to start on your head. So we will go tucked chin, touch the neck, kick. Now, as long as you have tucked the neck and you roll over with a bit of speed, you will be able to find and feel that roll. What will make that a lot worse is if you freak out and then flatten your back. When we are rolling, we are trying to create a round shape with our body that you can roll off. The same way when we did our hollow hold, we're trying to curl over so your back has something to feel and then roll off of. If my back is flat and I hit the ground, you'll hear a splat. So I want to stay rounded, tuck the chin, and really get a big kick. And that's your forward tumble. As I do tumble, I want to make sure that I'm trying to avoid touching my head altogether. I actually want to miss that and try to get right to that juicy part of my traps. so I can roll and fling off. 2 reasons for that. 1, we never actually want to hit our head, right? Our head, it's got this really important organ in there. We don't want to damage that. 2, we don't want you to lose your hair, so stop landing on your head. It's okay in those early stages, but we do want you to make sure that you are tucking really quickly and then missing the head altogether. Now, if you do have a friend that just happens to be nearby, you can ask them for a spot, which actually looks like this. Hey friends, could I borrow one of you for a moment? Found a straggler. What we're gonna do here is a spotter. If you do have a friend around, what you're gonna ask them to do is just cup the back of the head and help roll you under. And what that looks like in real time, if you just come around here, so you can drop into a squat, and then I'm gonna have the back of the head, and when she's ready to go, she's going to tuck her chin and then go for the roll, and I'm just gonna assist. That was perfect. Bit of vertigo too. Round of applause for our assistant. So what you do is you cup the back of the head and you just give them a bit of assistance to help force that direction they can roll over. Now, as that roll progresses, you will be able to do it from both stand-in and even jump-in. But please move to your ability and always make sure that you are feeling confident and safe and have the necessary equipment to attempt this movement. You do not have to do this, it is optional within the program, but if you can get good at the forward tumble itself, you know that you're gonna have more safety options and movement options if you're ever in a sticky situation upside down. Enjoy, guys.